do some presentation. You know, we have to consume our own. We're going to have a presentation from Fanabazi about culturation based on his books. We had given 10 minutes initially. Nadesh was going to present on financial literacy with ITs. I was going to do a presentation based on servant leadership and using the Franciscan values on why we are pheasants and what we do as pheasants. We are from St. Francis. Sometimes we don't know who our patron saint is and what he kind of like preach. That will help us in order to go forward to do things. But we're going to start with our Lordship, who's our proprietor. We have been doing some few stuff at St. Francis, but sometimes knowing the mission and vision and having made St. Francis the model school of the Diocese of Kumba, it's good to hear from him. I think this is going to push us, because some of you, or some of us sometimes, we are doubting Thomases. It's good for us to know, so that when you meet somebody, you are asking for support, to tell the person that this is.
My dear pheasants, I feel so happy addressing you today after almost 8 years since the creation of the Diocese of Kumba in 2016. Following the Vatican II document on Catholic education, Gravissimum Educationis, we are informed and reminded that Catholic education is one of the tools the Church uses to carry out her mission of evangelization. That is a task not just to pass intellectual knowledge, but also to shape the hearts of the young people. When I took canonical possession of the Diocese of Kumba as the pioneer bishop, education was one of the many areas I laid emphasis on, besides the primary duty of taking care of souls and introducing them to Christ by preaching and spreading the gospel. At that time, we had many Catholic primary schools in almost all the villages, among which many were scantily populated and so posed a big financial difficulty in paying the meager salary of teachers, which was sourced from the school fees. Almost all Catholic primary schools, even those in town, had very degrading structures for the 21st century. Then, a few months after my installation, the socio-political crisis, which has now escalated into a kind of a civil war, showed its ugly head and many schools were closed down. At the moment, very few schools in the villages have been reopened because a good number of villages were destroyed and many families displaced and relocated. Those in Kumba town area that are functioning can now boast of better structures and facilities, including modern toilets, and even some Catholic primary schools in the semi-urban parishes have been given a better facelift to meet up with the challenging and competitive world. Within these 8 difficult and challenging years, we have been able to realize these thanks to the convinced parents and proper management, people of goodwill, and benefactors from church organizations and some dioceses out there. St. Francis College was the only one among the 3 other Catholic colleges in the young diocese that had earned some reputation within and without Cameroon. My dear esteemed pheasants, I must be honest with you here. When I walked into St. Francis College campus 8 years ago, the college, which was supposed to be the pilot college in the diocese, I could not hide my feeling of embarrassment and disappointment. There is a saying in Latin, mens sana in corpore sano, a healthy mind in a healthy body. I'm sorry to say this. The environment was not what one would expect to see of the renowned St. Francis College that one used to hear about. I was once the principal of St. Augustine's College in Kumbo, so at least I expected to see something near it. But to be honest with you, I saw the place more or less really neglected. And somehow, one expected to see young boys and girls, well-mannered and all behaving very well. Yeah, we had them. But because of the situation, that same year the crisis started, and we ended up just taking any Tom and Dick that came to St. Francis College to make numbers. So it was very difficult to run that institution from that time. Unfortunately, the almost 8 years socio-political crisis could not favor us to make St. Francis College what one would expect it to be. The population, as a result of the crisis, dropped drastically to slightly more than 200 from about 700 boarders. Nevertheless, this did not discourage us from beginning to implement the transformation of St. Francis College. With the generous support of the PTA and my decision as proprietor to plow every little financial process for the past 8 years back to the improvement of the environment of the college, and with the support of a few individual benefactors out there, some of you included, we have been able to tile all the classrooms, all the dormitories, the laboratories, the refectory and kitchen, pave the paths between dormitories and classrooms and chapel and refectory, and install a solar plant which can supply energy only to the classrooms, dormitories, the chapel, and the refectory. There is still need to get one of a bigger capacity so that it can also reach some of the staff quarters, because they prepare notes, they have to teach the children. They need such a standby power. We thought we had almost solved the water crisis by providing a borehole, but unfortunately, due to irresponsible use and operations, it is no more giving the required volume of water, and so we need to provide another borehole. Summarily, I will say that St. Francis College, for the past 2 academic years, has regained steam in terms of quality and quantity. We are proud to say that we can now have about 25 to 30 students scoring passes in 5 A-level GC subjects, which used to be the pride of just a few, and 30 or more scoring 10 or 11 papers at the O-level GCE. So I think St. Francis College is regaining the position it's supposed to have in the Southwest region. There was even, I think, 3 years ago, The A-level results were better than Sacred Heart College Nfon. Our boys did very well, and the boys and girls. That year, even Salsa College had about 50%. And if you remember, even Sacred Heart did not score the normal 100%. But when you went to the quality and the classes, St. Francis was one of the schools topping. It brought us a lot of joy. And the children themselves were proud of their institution. They trusted their teachers more, and that pushed the teachers as well to do much better. And that's why I think the last 2 years have been going on well. Although we have not scored 200%, last year was 100% and 90 something. This year was 98, 98. There's just some carelessness that some of the children did not make it. The one thing I'm fighting against, actually, I've talked to the register for GC. What they do, St. Francis has been a catchment center for so many other centers. And when they come, they mix them up with our students. They are supposed to have different centers, but then they just mix up with that. You go into the refectory, there are about 100 students, and you see our students spotted here and there. And they put with an external candidate, he or she reads the questions, and then here, Bahalok. I don't know. Exclaim like that. They are disciplined. They know how to discipline themselves to write exam. So when you hear that bar and then push the thing aside, some don't even write. It discourages our students. Then one would think, well, if it is difficult, then why should I be struggling? It's difficult. But if they are among themselves, they will all do well. I've been fighting that, and I pray that they will listen. It's not only St. Francis. Some of the bishops who experience that were fighting. If they can separate the various sectors, I think as children will always do very well. So at the beginning of my address, I told you that I feel happy addressing you 8 years after the creation of the Diocese of Kumba. Because I've been wondering, from what I see and hear in other dioceses, whether St. Francis College has not got ex-students. You understand why I was wondering. The phone call I got from the president of FESA North America, Dr. Francis Adamu, alias Prof. That call brought me much joy and made quite some revelation, which I must acknowledge. I owe you an apology for thinking that FESAns were absent or indifferent to the growth of their alma mater. I am sorry for thinking that way. I wish to use this opportunity to thank you all for what you have been doing for St. Francis College for the past years, especially the prizes you are awarding to deserving students in all the classes. I got to know of this and many other initiatives you have been taking to support your alma mater from your president. Thank you, Mr. Once more, I owe you that apology and I thank you for what you have been doing. I did not know the administration was not informing me about what was happening. So I should have actually expressed my gratitude to you in one way or the other, even when I meet some of you. But I'm happy that you are doing something. So I withdraw the thoughts and all those things. I could not contain my happiness when he expressed the wish and desire from the FESAns North America to invite me to come celebrate the 75th anniversary of St. Francis College with you. Yes, since my installation as Bishop of Kumba, I don't travel much, but I've been out here to the USA about 4 times, strictly on matters concerning the growth, development, and evangelization of the Diocese of Kumba, but always made it very quiet as necessary, and to meet up with the program of my usual very brief stay. I found it difficult staying out for long. You know what we are going through. This crisis and all, I don't know how to stay away. You don't know when they burn somewhere. And when the people know that Bishop is not around, I don't think they feel happy. And I wanted to be with them as well. And building a diocese, you need to be there. There's a lot to be done. Beginning a diocese. It may be after 10 or 15 years, you may see me moving around too. I'll know that by that time, what is necessary is there. But for now, I have to stay. So I wish to thank you for taking the initiative to invite me to come to celebrate the 75th anniversary of St. Francis College, your cherished alma mater, with you. Your president told me that you intend to raise funds to construct an ultra-modern kitchen and provide a borehole for the college as the 75th anniversary gift to your alma mater. I lack words to thank you in advance and for this generous initiative. My own plan as proprietor for this year is to construct a hall for the college to provide the space for the students to carry out their other activities for their mental, psychological, moral growth, and also for recreational purposes, where they can have the privilege for playing indoor games like Scrabble. Some of you have started donating them. I'm happy that I'll go back with the back of some of those things, yes, for those children. And I'll take the time to teach them myself. Yes, like the Scrabble and Monopoly, so that they sharpen their minds. Snakes and ladders, and all those cards, all those things, etc. It is our dream to make St. Francis College an ideal pilot college, the best in the Diocese of Kumba, and why not beyond. We cannot realize this dream without all the stakeholders of this cherished institution, and you, the ex-students, are the most prominent of those stakeholders. I rely so much on you, and I believe you will do it. Addressing some members of the Congregation for Catholic Education on February 13, 2014, Pope Francis said, among other things, that Catholic education is a coherent two-way gift. By this, the Pope meant that Catholic education is a gift that works two ways. It is a gift received by the Church, the students and educators themselves on the one hand, and on the other hand, a gift that the Church and each participant in Catholic education must also offer to the world, in the line with the Pope's talk. FESAs have received from their alma mater, St. Francis College, Enuyehnyoh Kumba, and in turn, like grateful children to their parents, want also to make a gift of appreciation to their mother. All of you pheasants cannot write the history of your integral development and growth without mentioning what you received from St. Francis College. And it is just appropriate, motivated by faith, spiritual growth, gratitude, to follow the command of Christ in Matthew chapter 10, verse 8. Without cost, you have received. Without cost, you are to give. I know some will say, but you pay school fees. Yes, you pay school fees. But if you have really to compare how much school fees we pay, is nothing compared to what we get from God. Even now, St. Francis College, the school fees is only $375,000. But if you compare with other boarding schools in the whole Bamenda Ecclesiastical province, it begins from 400. My intention is to have as many as possible children into St. Francis College. Thank God we acquired Sacred Heart just about 15 minutes from my house. It has 1,000 something children. And the school fees too is nothing to write home about. It's 85,000. And if you have to compare with day schools in the whole of Kumba, there's none that is less than 100,000. And that's why you have that big number there. We thank God that we are able now to improve on that structure. Those who know it Now I'm not talking about St. Francis. Sorry, I have to.
Former St. Jude.
Yeah, no, it's, they call it Basque or something like that. Yes. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. So that structure, we have tied it all in. We have tied the structure and put a good ceremonial ground, because it used to be money. It brings a very good result as a day school. In Kumba, you know they say Kumba is not book place or whatever, but we are going to make it a book place. So it is only with a deep awareness of the gift that one has received that one can be motivated to give to others. So thank you for your wonderful and generous initiative to do something for your alma mater and to make it a modern city of peace, following the prayer of your patron, St. Francis. I don't remember when they ever did a type of a mass dismissal in St. Francis again. It happened in 2020, when children who ran away to Yaoundé, Douala went and learned some funny behavior. When they came back, I think they dismissed more than 25 children before Christmas. Yeah. They learn terrible things, but now you hardly hear about dismissal. So I think it is becoming a city of peace. They respect themselves. They are well. There is, and may the Lord reward you all for your good intentions and generous contributions 100-fold. And may God bless you all at your 75th anniversary. One appeal that I wish to make to you, and it is food for thought. We have FESA's North America. I call it FESA North American branch. We have the home branch, that's you call it national branch. I would like us, or mother branch, I would like us to shift a bit from that mentality, because the mother branch thinks that all other branches must hear from them, or they are the leader branch, or they are in charge. What I would like us to do is that each branch is autonomous. And then, like UK, and then you will set up a general leadership body, a committee, whatever. From there you can elect your executive. The president can come from US, North America. The president can come from UK, can come from Germany, can come from South Africa or from Timbuktu, can come also even from Cuba itself or national. So that each branch is accountable to the general executive. So that and then when there's strength, you could say, okay, North America, this is what we expect from you. UK, this is what we expect from you. Home branch, this is what we expect from you. Because there have been a lot of problems. Even with those ex-students of other renowned colleges like St. Bede's, Sacred Heart, and all those. When the home branch is like the one controlling, there is always some friction and bad will and all those things. So this is food for thought for you. I would like you to think that way and see to it that you convince those at home as well, and let them understand it. Let them be on their own. And then you are on your own as branches. Then FESA General will have its own, yeah. You can even still call it FESA National. Yes, you can still call it that way, but they should have that understanding. And if we do that, I bet you all the little frictions here and there, I think we'll solve it. That's a little food for thought about things that you do. So thank you all for listening, and I wish you the best.
Another hand of applause, please. You must have heard from the Lordship's message that he has not been hearing so much about FESA, but he has rendered his apology today and withdrawn the message today, the statement. My Lord, for us to arrive at this level today, many things have been done by friends in North America. And today, we want to use this opportunity to reward them for their hard work that they have been doing. It is that positive reinforcement that is going to make us become very strong and achieve our long-term goals. So it is good you are here, and it's kind of like a palmarès for your lordship to hand in the route. Do we agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yeah. Dr. Hilda
Dr. Hilda Dekum, that's a French name.
That's great. Thanks so much for the service. Yeah. God bless.
Thank you so much.
We have Anjifwan Tongangwa. Congratulations. She's not only supporting St. Francis or working for FESA. The the Sisters of St. Therese of Boya were celebrating the 60th anniversary. I did not know her. She's a wonderful support of that congregation. Jane Bedban.
Give her a hand. Do you want to collect for her?
I can take you.
Okay.
Okay, great. Fine. We have Margaret Tondio. Miranda Mene. This is FESA North America, DMV.
So with the DMV placard, we'll move it from house to house every month. So, all those who are picking their awards should stand behind the lordship. Please, let's make the balance equilibrium.
Everybody say coffee.
And you're right there. So, Mommy is not only an ex-son of St. Francis, Mommy taught in St. Francis. So, Mommy is standing right here. I grew up with Mommy in the same neighborhood, Hausa quarters. So, while the picture is taken for both of them, please, the bishop would like to welcome one question based on everything he has presented. There is one thing the bishop said: when we try to bring our project, some people will say they paid fees in St. Francis. My response to that is different. The colleges you went to in the United States, you enjoyed the endowment funds. Did you contribute for it?
No.
Huh? But you've enjoyed all the amenities there. So that issue of I paid fees, I'm not going to do anything, it is time for us to grow. You have gone to prestigious universities here, you are doctors, you are pharmacy, you are medical.
Mami wants to say something.
Okay, Mami, just very short.
To serve with joy. Greetings, my children. I'm very proud to say this place I'm standing here. I was in that school in 1960 something. And I am so proud to be a FESA. And I am so proud and I thank my bishop because I am resident in Cuba. And I thank my bishop for bringing you people, all of us here together. I am visiting the children, my children, who are studying here, who have studied here. And I was fortunate that I met my bishop face to face. In Kumba, it may not be possible. No, because if I ask for an audience, it will not receive. I said it is not because if I ask, I will not receive, but it is because on my own, I don't find the time. So before you get the message, I am thanking my God. I'm thanking in a particular way St. Francis of Assisi, our patron saint of our school, for making it possible for this Margaret Ganja. That is my maiden name. But I am presently Margaret Kwankam, widow of late Dr. Thaddeus Yonga Kwankam. I thank God, Margaret Ganja, present Margaret Kwankam, can come again and be amongst ex-St. Francis students, FESAs. Clap for yourself! FESAs, oye!
So let's welcome the one question that resembles all of us on the
My Lord, thank you for giving this opportunity and thank you for coming. I think what you're making is the opening statement. My name is Bertrand. I'm the General 1997 batch, the current Vice President. When we were talking this morning, I learned there is already an existing borehole in the campus, and for some operational difficulties, it's not functioning as it used to be. Now your children are coming again to see if we can provide a borehole for the college. Our concern, my concern as an ex-student is we don't want to provide a short-term solution to our campus. We want something which is sustainable. We want to get the assurance or the way forward if we provide a borehole this time. What is the guarantee that the home diocese is going to maintain that borehole so that in 2 or 3 years we don't have to come and build it? That's all.
I will say that the question should go to the institution. How responsible they will be to use that borehole. It's not the diocese. Yes. And it is similarly a worry, and I was not very happy that that borehole did not even last for up to a year before we got this problem. And the volume of water was good, and the depth was more than 60 meters. Right down, the water was good. It is only when I started asking that I was told that the pumps they were putting in, about 3 pumps got cut, and they could not take them out. That's the problem. And the problem now, who were those to remove them, they did not have the experience. And secondly, I don't think they were responsible for the use of that borehole, because students were the ones doing whatever. But I think St. Francis College would need somebody who is permanent, like a technician, yes, who looks into all those things, permanently employed. And no student should touch it, no teacher should touch it. It should just be that technician who will be doing those things. And if we do that, there's a guarantee that the next ball will last. Yes, and it's unfortunate, really, it's unfortunate that.
Okay, there are two.
Yeah, Lordship, I'm just trying to ask, what does the admission do with students that are very intelligent, but they cannot sponsor themselves? Does the admission try to do like some kind of scholarship to help those kind of students? Do we have some?
If it is the diocese who gives scholarship for now, it's very difficult, because when the crisis set in, there are many other children, not only in St. Francis, like in my house there, behind those houses that the Holy Rosary Sisters were using, you get children from villages, Boloweme, all those places, they stay there, and the diocese is trying to support them to go to school. And those who are very intelligent in St. Francis College, well, we'll just pray that if they could go through St. Francis College, they're better placed to continue than those who are not able to reach St. Francis College.
About. So I'm be aware of that. Many scholarships have been given. Even the year I went, 2016, FESA North America gave scholarship to the student. So let's be kept updated with the news. We don't have a magazine, we have information. Felabazi can throw some light.
I just wish to say something that is coming back to the executive. Please, we need records, because there is a lot that is happening now that used to happen 20 years ago. But since we don't have records, every day is like new. Like what is asking, even when I was principal, FESA America has always sponsored all these programs. They have always been taking place. Even like the borehole, we had one there that just got blocked at some point. I can't even explain. So I'm appealing that when we get meetings like this, we keep records, so that like the one of last year, we really, so that we just keep that another connection with the school, as the bishop is saying, so that we can have that track.
Yeah.
Again, the challenge is not the records. FESAs in North America should attend meetings on Zoom. Yes. The last meeting was 20, how many? 140 members. There are executive members here who don't attend meetings and they don't even know. And there are 2 forums where these things are advertised. Take the challenge to ourselves. How many times do we call for meetings? And those, when the decision is taken, they bring you back. Who asked you guys to do that? When did the bishop get invited? Oh, this, and the rest. Oh, yourself to task. The executive members here.
There's renewal, change of attitude, and all those. So I think we should just bury the whatever and move on from here. Yeah.
Okay, the last question over here, please. The last question. We have a meeting. We have a meeting.
We have not had.
Thank you so much, Your Lordship, for the succinct presentation. My name is Elizabeth Agapitus. I used to be in St. Francis in 1953. And I want to say that just listening to you gave us a lot of assurance. When you spoke, this is a comment and not a question, please. When you spoke, my heart was filled with joy, because there are certain things we always say we will not put them in practice. So one of the things I'm just begging is that your voice is very powerful. Yes. When we stand in front of you, you still see us as students, no matter our ages, no matter the years we have sent. So I want to say, you just did a recommendation that we wanted to go down in the annals of St. Francis history. And that recommendation is the fact that there should be one voice, autonomy, and then the global. Yeah. And we are not going to start as FESA North America to say this is what the bishop said. And we don't know how many of these meetings you're going to hold to say, FESA UK, I spoke to FESA North America, and this is the recommendation I'm given. So please, Your Lordship, as our Father and Provider. I want to say that this same message you've given to us, if you send it right, we know when we were growing up, they taught us about osmosis, that the strongest solution will go to the And so, North America might be stronger, no doubt about that. But then it doesn't mean that we are going to step in wherever we are supposed to make things work the way we're doing. But this message should go around so that if there is something we want to do in St. Francis, we should come up globally as one voice.
Right.
And then we do it, we know that UK is also coming strongly. We are not coming to do as North America, and then UK will also come out with something and say, so let's identify the problems. And when we identify the problems, we say at St. Francis or as FESA, these are the challenges we will have. And for that reason, we listed them. And then this is how we are going to go about solving them. UK, FESA UK, what do you think about it? And then we put our resources and our energy together to do that. And when it comes to us attending meetings, I think records, like Madam Pazzi said, is very important. There is no way we can forget about those records. Because if we have those records, by the time we are talking, you will realize that this was done some few years ago. But we are coming back to it to make those who were not here be aware of the fact that these things were already done. Thank you so much.
Yeah, great. So, I promise I shall bring my information to the other branches, even the home branch. I have to explain to them, let them understand that they are not there to receive and then do things. They too have to give their own and their own level, just like every other branch.